session of Family Court with Judge Penny.
I'm here with my co-parent, Emily, who used to be my husband, John.
Dad's decision to become a woman is tearing his family apart.
Did you think when maybe you were having children that later on what effect it might have on the kid?
I didn't think that through, Your Honor.
And Mom wants to set some boundaries for the sake of the children.
Have you come to terms with the fact that John is now Emily?
I think that I'm trying to, but it's still pretty wrenching.
Would you like to be called Mom?
Yes, Your Honor, I would.
No offense, but over my dead body.
Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing. I have been there. From a life of hardship, I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts, it's about solutions. It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires. I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, and in my court, family comes first.
Wendy is suing her ex-husband John, who now lives as a woman named Emily. Wendy wants Judge Penny to enforce a parenting contract because Emily doesn't set any rules or boundaries for their two sons. Emily admits she showers the boys with gifts and treats because she feels guilty about what they've had to go through, but thinks Wendy is being spiteful by bringing her to court.
All rise. Family Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Penny Brown Reynolds presiding.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
Thank you, Damon. Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
We're here today because
I'm here with my co-parent, Emily, who used to be my husband, John. We have two boys together. Bob's 14 and David's 9. And we're here because we've got some disagreements about parenting, and I'd like Emily to agree to a parenting agreement.
all right. Well, how you doing, Emily?
I'm fine, thank you.
I can't be anybody other than who I am. And so she used to be your husband.
That's right.
So
Yes.
how did we end up here?
Well, Your Honor, it's something that I've felt all my life from as young as I can remember. Something that I've tried to fight all my life and to keep down. And finally, after these many years, I've reached the point where I had to do something about it. I had to be me.
All right, so now
I'm Emily.
how long have you been Emily?
I have been Emily for, well, actually, I think I've been Emily all my life, Your Honor, but I suppose legally it's been about 3 years.
So is the term a post-operative transsexual?
Yes.
And you are a woman completely?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's good. But how did you handle it?
It's a long story, and it's actually been going on since the first I heard of it was in 2002.
Now, how long were you married before all this
We
came
got married in 1991.
All right.
I married John in 1991,
Okay.
and the first I heard about Emily was in 2002.
Ooh,
Yeah.
11 years. Did you feel like you had any inkling?
Well, you kind of have to go back a little. You see, John and I started out, we had a really good relationship, but we started out living in Southern California. John was a pastor in the United Methodist Church.
An ordained pastor?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. Still
I'm
am.
married to an ordained pastor. Interesting. Okay.
John,
It gets more and more interesting.
it's a lot
So
of
you
story.
were a pastor's wife.
We met the first day of seminary because I was actually in seminary myself as well.
I'm a graduate of seminary too.
No, I'm not a graduate of seminary because we only had enough money to get one person through. And I saw John
Very
in the pulpit,
expensive.
and I knew John would make a very effective and convincing pastor.
Okay.
And John,
Now, when was the first sign, Wendy? Because I'm going to have to kind of
I
keep it
know.
going for you.
Well, see, the first sign was in 2002. And
You
what
never knew.
Not a bit. And what I'm trying to say is that the reason things had frayed is because John's other heart's desire was to move to Indiana. So we moved to Indiana. The year after my son was born, in 1995, we moved to Indiana. And about a year later, I realized I hated Indiana. And
All this time, you don't have any inkling that he really wants to be a woman.
There was no clothes, there was no talk, there was nothing.
Okay, hold on. Hold it right there. Emily,
Yes.
now you're a pastor at
Yes.
that time, right?
Well, still am, Your Honor. Just not appointed right now.
You're still a pastor.
Yes.
Okay. All of this time, you're knowing that you were trapped in
Yes.
somebody else's body.
You might say that, yes.
Well, I don't know how to put it. You tell me. I'm just trying to, you know what we do as ministers? We kind of have empathy.
Yes.
So I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right.
You know, when you're young, Your Honor, you always feel like, oh, I can take care of this later on, or something, I've got lots of time, you know? And then it sort of got to the point where maybe I didn't have all that much time, and I needed to do it.
Did you think when maybe you were having children that later on what effect it might have on the kids?
I didn't think that through, Your Honor.
Yeah. Did you start cross-dressing first before you explored going all the way?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And so,
Did you? Sorry to interrupt. The first I heard was Emily told me. I have always been a woman. You had been cross-dressing before that?
No, that was when I started.
Then no, because that was as I understood it, the exploration was right from the start.
is that so?
Well, yes, I had not cross-dressed until I shared it with Wendy.
You all went to counseling and whatnot?
We were in counseling at the time. We continued in counseling. We've done co-parenting counseling since then with the boys' therapist.
So when you go to tell Wendy, I'm just wanting to know so I can really just understand. Honey, I want to be a woman.
It was a very difficult thing to do, Your Honor.
Still to come, a mommy war erupts between these two former spouses.
Would you like to be called Mom?
Yes, Your Honor, I would.
No offense, but over my dead body, someone else will call my kids Mom.
And later, Wendy and Emily's oldest son takes the stand and tells Judge Penny what it's like to see Dad turn into Aunt Emily.
I think of her as being a little selfish for doing it. I know it wasn't her fault. She didn't know it would happen, but I still think that.
Family court is back in session. Wendy is suing ex-husband John, who is now a woman called Emily. Wendy wants Emily to sign a parenting agreement to be split with her two sons.
Wendy and I had such a good friendship and relationship that she was the first person in my life that I felt that I could actually tell this to.
Really?
Yes.
So you couldn't tell your parents. Are they still alive?
Yeah, my father passed away, but I was able to tell him before he died.
How did he take it?
He was very accepting. It was lovely, Your Honor.
Really?
Yes, because he told me, he said, gosh, all these years I never knew I had a daughter.
You are kidding me.
No, and
That is just wonderful.
he passed away, oh gosh, a couple of years later, I think it was.
And your mother never knew.
No.
All right. How did she take it? How did you take it, Wendy?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was kind of relieved because that thing about the wonderful friendship and relationship is not exactly the truth.
Okay. Tell me what's the truth.
The truth is that I knew that we were going to split
How'd you know that?
because I hated Indiana, and I had been hating Indiana from 1996 till 2002, so 6 years. And every time I tried to talk to John about it, John would clam up and it would be like, we're not going to move. There's no way.
So
I'm
the
never going to move back to
intimacy
California.
level,
No way.
You all were intimate and all that was, you got 2 kids.
Yeah, we had 2 kids.
But that doesn't mean anything because gay folks have kids.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I was planning on splitting right away. My plan was that I would at least get the kids into school because I was a stay-at-home mom and I wanted to get the kids into school and I wanted to get myself earning my own living, and then I was planning on splitting.
Oh, because you
Because I
hated it there anyway.
I knew
So
that
this
we were
was
gonna
the thing
split.
that released you.
Yeah, it was like, now you gave me an excuse.
But
But I
you weren't
wasn't.
sorry you were losing John?
Well, it's like I said, our relationship had really started to shred by then. And there
Okay.
wasn't that much holding us together but the boys. And I was willing to do the honorable thing, and
Yeah.
stay and be a good parent for my kids and give them a 2-parent household. But it kind of got took out of my hands.
So what's the current custody arrangement now?
The current custody arrangement, we've got one of your standard agreements where it says which holidays are with which parent, but we don't actually go word for word. It's kind of word of mouth.
What I'm concerned too is who decided that the kids would call you Emily and stop calling you Dad?
Well, actually, that was David's, the youngest son. That was his decision. He came up with it completely on his own. As I understand it, the story behind it is that in his school class, this was last fall, they had to write a short story about things they had done with family, and he said that he had done something with Aunt Emily.
Okay.
And from then on, he has introduced me to his friends as Aunt Emily, and kids just say, fine, that's who they think I am.
Would you like to be called Mom?
Yes, Your Honor, I would, but I recognize that would, it wouldn't be fair to Wendy.
How do you feel about that, Wendy?
First off, I don't think it was David's decision to call you Aunt Emily instead of Dad. My understanding was that when you moved into the apartment complex, you took the kids aside and said, oh, and by the way, call me Emily at my apartment complex. Don't call me Dad here. Don't call me Dad anymore in public. That was how I heard it from the boys. That would have been in the summer of 2006. And second of all, no offense, but over my dead body, someone else will call my kids Mom.
All right.
It is true that I did ask, needless to say, Your Honor, there are embarrassing situations. Sometimes it is embarrassing for them to speak very loudly in a public place and refer to me as Dad, not because I'm ashamed of being their dad. I'm not. I'm proud to be their dad. It's just that a lot of people don't understand.
The good side about being also a judge and an ordained minister, like you, is that I'm open to seeing people for who they really are. And everybody needs to be free, except as a judge, especially one in family court, it is about the best interest of the children. Wendy, when you said over my dead body, nobody's calling my children Mom, have you dealt with this? Have you come to terms with the fact that John is now Emily?
I think that I'm trying to, but it's still pretty wrenching.
Yeah.
I knew John for a long time.
I know.
And John mattered a lot to me.
You miss John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still to come, Judge Penny asks the question on
Stay with you.
everyone's mind.
You still like women? Or you like men?
Later, Wendy and Emily's teenage son talks about the tensions of growing up with a transsexual dad.
I just remember that I did a lot of yelling, and so did Mom. I was a little confused. I still am confused.
Family court is back in the case of Wendy, who's suing John, her ex-husband, for a parenting agreement. They share custody of two sons whom Wendy says Emily can't control, although deeper issues continue to emerge.
So I suspect what's going on, Emily, is we're here with a parenting agreement because you're trying to make up for all of this that's happened. What you think?
I think there's a good chance that that's a large part of it, yes.
I think so.
What we've talked about, yes,
All right.
as the problems.
Then you need to heal, honey. All you could be was who you are. I couldn't imagine being trapped in anybody else other than me. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, I do goofy things sometimes, and I'm not always perfect, and I've made some incredible mistakes in my life that brought me here. But one thing I can promise you, I received peace of mind when I stopped having regrets about who I am. And so you've got to come to terms with that. But what I would like for you to do is be super duper understanding that you've put them through a lot.
Yes.
Especially if Wendy said she was even willing to stay with you. You're looking surprised. Did I misinterpret that?
Well, I said I tried.
For how long? All of it 2 days?
Not long. Not long, Your Honor.
It wasn't long? Well, did you pull out the heels right away or what?
No.
Yeah.
Let's just relax about it. Because let me tell you something. I make jokes. You know I love you, Emily. But I want to be able to make my joke when I want to make it. And so, how long before you actually, from the time you told her to, you started dressing and putting your makeup on and everything?
I'd say about a month.
Ooh. So it lasted about a month.
No, it took me maybe 3 months before I realized there was no way I could live with Emily.
I can't do it. Okay. You still like women? Or you like men?
Yes, Your Honor, I like men.
Okay, because you're a woman. So tell me some of the stuff that Emily is doing. And Emily, I don't know about that name thing. And I don't know how it would have worked out calling you Dad. But I just think, because do you know I read some stuff that the older son, and who's the older one? Bob.
Bob,
Is he's acting like the father.
Yes.
Big problem. All these red flags started going off for me. Because that's not his role. He's being cheated out of his childhood. So not to dump and give you any more else to feel guilty about. But you see how we have some dynamics here that are problematic.
Still to come on Family Court, two moms don't make a right.
I was the good cop and she was the bad cop.
It was not wait till your father gets home in our household. It was wait till your mother gets home.
Family Court is back in session. Wendy is suing her ex-husband John, now a woman called Emily, for a parenting agreement. Wendy says their two boys are out of control, and her ex makes it worse by spoiling them.
So tell me some of the stuff that's happening that you want to see corrected.
Okay. Bob is acting an awful lot like the dad. For instance, we were at lunch today. Before we came over here, Emily and I took Bob and David over to get some bagels.
And you went together?
We went together because Emily's got her car down here.
Okay.
I don't. So we were able to get away from the hotel that way. But David picked up his drink, and Bob immediately reaches over. David, put your drink down. You're holding it wrong. You're going to spill it all over yourself. Be careful. And I say, Bob, look, it's two grown-ups. You don't have to do that.
You know why he's doing it, though, Wendy?
Yeah,
That's the part that broke my heart.
I know. Or
There's no dad, so he's filling in the gap.
He sees himself as the protector. Like last spring, I was working full-time, and so I wasn't always around to keep an eye on him when he was using his computer. And he somehow got hold of his dad's Social Security number because Emily was out of work and talking a lot about her financial problems. Bob got hold of his dad's Social Security number and sent off for a credit card to help out with the finances.
So what happens when they go over to Emily's house
Well,
that you're not liking, that really made you want to come and get a parenting agreement?
I have been getting an awful lot of phone calls from Emily of, I can't deal with this, I can't stand it, the kids are out of control, what do I do? Which is a problem.
Okay.
David?
Is that true?
Well, I wouldn't say an awful lot. She has received some, yes, when I reached the end of my rope.
Okay. When you were John, did you take an active role in them, with them? Not too much, right? Because the friends didn't even know you.
Oh, when I was John and we were married?
Right.
Well, we sort of had an interesting situation as far as parenting, and I think Wendy has agreed to this because she's mentioned it to me before, that she saw our parenting as sort of a good cop, bad cop type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Where I was the good cop and she was the bad cop.
It was not wait till your father gets home in our household. It was wait till your mother gets home.
Sure. Well, okay, we kind of see what's going on now.
Still to come, Wendy and Emily's teenage son opens up to Judge Penny about life with his transsexual dad.
This, changed it. So what once was peace, now everything could be ruined at any moment.
Wendy's case against Aunt Emily continues on the next session of Family Court. Watch as 14-year-old Bob tells the court what it's like having a dad one day, then Aunt Emily the next.
I didn't understand why it happened.
Did you think you had done something?
No, I just was confused.
The case continues tomorrow on
Thank you for tuning in today. Please leave a comment on this family court case. If you enjoyed the episode, then like and subscribe for more.